Hello everyone, I am Tanya Cunningham with Tanya Homes Group and welcome once again to my Realtor Hat series. It can be very disappointing to have a loan denied if you're trying to start a business or you're trying to expand your business. And that's why I'm looking forward to my conversation with Gary Burke of Remarkable Consulting Group, because he's in the non-traditional lending space where he can help businesses, business owners get a loan where they may not have been able to get one before. So this conversation is for you if you have a small business and you'd love to get a loan and haven't been able to. You, if you want to start up a business, or if you know someone who's in that space, because speaking with Gary might actually help you achieve your dream. So let's have that conversation and let's listen to what Gary has to say. Gary, welcome. It's so great to have you here today.
Thank you, Tanya. It's great to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. So I want to know why it is that people out there who need help with businesses, like getting funding so that they can start a business, or, have help with increasing their revenue by getting a loan. Why is it so hard for some people to get a loan right now?
Well, Tanya, I believe the hard part is that banks have a certain criteria that they must adhere to. And the banks don't have a lot of wiggle room. So if you don't fit that criteria, the small to mid-sized business owner that's seeking funding, most of the time they're going to be left out. The banks are geared towards helping about 20% of small to mid-sized business owners get funding, and the remaining 80% are the ones that don't get funded, and those are the ones that we are, my company, as well as the others like mine, are trying to assist in getting the funding they need.
So you really help business owners who may not be able to get a loan in the traditional sense, where they go to a bank and they say, hey, I'd like to start a business, or hey, I need some help with, increasing my business revenue by getting a loan. And they may get turned down by that bank because of the criteria. There's about 80% out there of businesses that may not meet that criteria, and you step in with your business to help them.
Exactly. That is exactly right. And I love the way you term that. So yes, there are about, as I stated, about 80% of businesses that need our assistance. And, we're here for that. We're here to assist them. We offer the loans that most business owners need, the term loans, the equipment financing, the startup loans. And if I may, Tanya, I can say this proudly, you cannot go into a bank right now and say, I want to start a business, I need $50,000. That's not going to happen. That's just not going to happen. Again, the bank have a certain criteria, and that's the criteria they're going to adhere to.
I just pictured a lot of people's dreams just not being able to be fulfilled because they get that no and they don't have the funds. But thankfully, you have a way of helping business people who want to start a business, because walking into a bank today is not easy when you just don't have anything to standing behind that, because you want to start a new business. So you're able to help somebody start a brand new business. Now, what type of criteria do you have for somebody like that?
So that's the wonderful thing. That's a great question. That's a wonderful question because I'm partnered with and affiliated with so many lenders. I have the criteria that I need from you, from the person that's looking to borrow the fund. It can vary. We actually try to tailor it to the individual that comes to us, or an individual that I may run across that wants to start a business or have an existing business. So there are various criteria out there. But again, to suit your needs and to fit your needs, I will find a lender that can more than likely assist you in that. So for me to sit here and try to tell you the entire mode of criteria, that wouldn't do us justice. It really wouldn't. So again, it's more tailor-made for the individual.
Which I think is good, because it means that you also don't have it just as one thing, the way the bank has their criteria, check and if you don't meet that, you're out. You're saying that you actually shop lenders, and when you shop them, it's based on what say for instance, it was me and my business and I come to the table, it's like you look at my situation and you find the best lender for me in terms of my situation. Is that correct?
That is absolutely correct. I think you're in my head, Tanya. So yes, that is exactly correct. I couldn't have termed it better. So yes, when a person comes to us, business owner or a person who's looking to start a business, we're looking at you. We're going to look at you individually, and we're going to try to find something for you that will fit your wheelhouse. There's not a one size fit all. You know, that really is just tailored to that individual. So as you stated, yes, we're going to look at each individual and we're going to assess their needs, and then we will look for the funding product that best suits them.
Great. So a lot of dreams can actually be fulfilled because there is this, you have the products out there or the means of getting them what they need for their business, whether it be to start one or to actually increase revenue by expanding a business.
Yes. And if I may talk about criteria just a little bit.
Sure.
I want people to know that one of the most important criteria is going to be credit, right?
All right.
A lot of stuff is credit driven. So when a person comes to me, of course, one of the things we are going to look at is the person's credit. So if you have issues with credit, your FICO score may not be where you want it. We can assist you in getting your FICO score up as well, so that you are lender. I like to use this term, so that you're lender attractive. You know, because my job and what I would like to do, I work for you. I work for the person that's coming to me for a loan. I don't work for the lender. I work for the person that's seeking funding. And in doing that, I want to get you the best product available. And the only way I can do that is if your credit is correct, if your credit score is high enough. If it's not, don't let that be a deterrent. We can still help you. We can sit down and do a needs assessment, and let's see how we can get your credit apart.
Okay. So that's good to know, because I guess I'm picturing somebody going into the bank, and the reason why maybe credit, obviously, if it's a brand new business, they can't get the loan anyway, based on what you're sharing with me today. But if they do have a business already, but their credit isn't that great, then instead of if they went to a bank, perhaps they'd be just told, look, you don't qualify, and then you have to go figure it out. You're saying you help them to figure it out and basically guide them so that they are able to, even if you don't have a lender that can actually help them at the time.
Yes, you are absolutely correct. So we don't just say no.
Right.
When we look at it, I'm going to tell you what, Mr. Burke, I'll use myself as an example. Mr. Burke, let's do this. Your credit score may not be up to par. Let's correct the credit score. Let's get the credit score up to snuff, up to par, and then let's look for a lender that's able to assist you in the funding area. So no, it's not a hard no. It's always we have a solution for that as well.
And then some of them, they might have not great enough credit for, say, a bank, but their credit is still good enough for them to get a loan. It's not like they have to wait and build it. It's just that if they did wait, perhaps they could even have more lenders who would want them.
That is correct. Now, again, I go back to credit a little bit. So that you go to the bank and the bank denies you, right?
Right.
So you make us, and first, and I have to make this disclaimer as well. I want everyone to know that we are not competing with the bank.
Okay.
We don't the bank, because the bank is the bank. There's no competition. The only banks that compete against one another are the big banks, right?
Right.
Bank of America, things of that nature. We are in the non-traditional alternative lending space, so we're not competing with the banks. So when your credit score is not up to snuff with the banks, we can probably still step in and get you some form of lending to assist as well.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. So what the audience needs to know out there is that if there is someone who has a business, if you have a business yourself, if you want to start a business, then speaking with you would be a great idea if they're unable to find a loan any other way, or you're not competing with the banks, but it's great to know that there are alternatives and it's possible for you to still accomplish what you're out to accomplish. That's
correct. Yes.
Okay, great. Well, I think that's really great for people to understand and know. So I thank you for enlightening me where that's concerned. And it's important for people to understand that The loans that you help people get are not for residential purchasing, because I'm a realtor, as everyone knows. So I'm talking to you about lending. So I want to make it clear that this is not residential home loans. This is basically anything else but that. Am I right?
Exactly. We do help with investors. You know, we help those who want to do fix and flips and they want to buy rental properties or things of that nature. We do assist in that, but we don't assist in primary residential mortgages. No.
Okay, so that's even better clarification. So if somebody were an investor and they wanted to purchase a property as an investment, that's possible, but just not
Yes.
their primary residence where they're going to move in and that's going to be their house that they live in. It's one that they're going to fix, flip, and possibly even rent out, correct?
That is absolutely correct. Now, if they come to me with what you said earlier, that's your wheelhouse. That's not my wheelhouse.
Right, exactly.
I'll refer them to Tanya. I'll refer them to you. So
yes,
you're correct.
Yes, this realtor right here. Okay. Well, thank you, Gary. I want to ask if there's anything else that's important for the audience to know out there, because you probably have a lot of similar situations that happen again and again where you help people. What is it that you would like to share before we go that we would love for everyone else to know out there who's, probably in a situation where they need help or they know someone who does?
Thank you for that question. I would say this, for those who are looking to start a business, make sure you have a business plan in place. Make sure you have what you're going to do with the money. Again, that goes into having a business plan. So make sure you have these things in place, because one thing you don't want to do is come to the table, I need $50,000. And the lender's, okay, and what do you need it for? Well, I don't know. I just need $50,000 to open up a business. No, you don't want to come to the table that way. You want to make sure you have a plan in action, plan in place. And make sure you have an idea for the use of funds. And for those who are in business, make sure you understand what your profit and losses are. You understand make sure you are, what a balance sheet is. So there are some things that I just like to give you a tidbit of information. Make sure you know as a business owner what needs to be done business-wise so that you remain very relevant and you remain in business. We don't just want to help you get a business. We want to help you stay in business. So that's what I would like to leave with the audience.
Well, thank you for sharing that. And I just thought of a quote I heard today. I listened to this morning, and I don't remember the exact wording, but it just said a journey of like 10,000 miles begins with one step. So it begins with the first step. So that's what came to mind as you were saying that, because I can imagine someone who doesn't have a business plan yet or doesn't know about their profit and loss and balance sheet. They might get a little bit put off because they don't have it all. But if they come to you, you can help guide them so that they do have those things. And that's the first step. So that's the journey, and that's the first step. So I would encourage you out there, if this sounds like you or somebody you know, start with the first step and pick up the phone and call Gary. So thank you so much for coming today. Please tell us the best way for somebody to reach you. Is it a phone call? Is it by text? Let me know.
You can reach me by my website first and foremost, which is remarkableconsultinggroup.com.
Okay.
You can also give me a phone call, 786-882-0585. And you can also send me an email, info@remarkableconsultinggroup.com. Any of those methods, you'll be able to reach me.
Thank you, Gary. Remarkableconsultinggroup.com. It's great to have you here. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. And I know that this will help people understand how they can get help and have their dreams really be fulfilled. So thanks so much for coming.
Thank you, Tanya. I really appreciate this.
My pleasure. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. I just love having conversations that involve talking about possibility, because what is possible for the business owner inside of that conversation may change someone's life. So please reach out to Gary. His phone number is 786-882-0585. He also has a website, which is remarkableconsultinggroup.com. And you can also email him. So feel free to email him at info@remarkableconsultinggroup.com. You are buying or selling a home or have a friend or family member who is, send them to Tanya, because we wear the hat to bring you the facts.